All right, am I on? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm on. All right. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, just after 3. I have, as you guys know, I have two 1956 Fetters on my workbench and 3 total in the shop. You can see this under this cluster of crap I have sitting on top of it. Let me try to fix this lighting up for you just a little bit. Get that up there. I was debating on where to start. I think I'm going to start by trying to get this one going. That one over there, I have all the pieces ready. You can see all the pieces are sitting on that cart there, ready to get put on. So I'll have to clear up some space. This garage is an absolute disaster area right now at the moment. So we're going to get started here with this one. Let me see if I can clear up. We'll get some, we'll make some room here. It's like trying to get blood from a stone right now, but I'll tell you, it's been a lot worse. Looks wise, she's ready to, looks brand new. Looks like it just came off the line, but she's not ready to actually run yet, which is very unfortunate. After I finish these 2 Fetters units off, I have an Emerson Quiet Cool to finally finish up because I want to get it charged up finally at the AC meet. And I got Eric Deeds coming down next weekend to hang out, and we're gonna work on his General Electric OG low thin line. Thing's the definition of badass. I've never actually done a teardown on a GE product before. I mean, I've done the Fashionaires and Fashionettes, but they're kind of on a different league of their own. But as far as a thin line, it just looks like a total cluster to work on. And I can't say I'm not looking forward. I am looking forward to it, but I know it's going to kick my ass. But that's how you get better. Trying new things, trying to, improve, keep learning, keep getting better. That's what it's all about. So, anyway, as far as this unit here goes, I am actually going to turn the heater on because I am freezing. This winter this year is on crack, I'm telling you. Alright, so I gotta get that notebook that has all my prints on it. I believe it's right over here. I hope it's right over there. If it's not, that's gonna make things more interesting now, isn't it? Using a good spot here. I won't have to keep moving the damn camera the whole damn evening. Actually, I'm going to be working right there, so you might actually have a better vantage point. I don't know. Just hang out and be along for the ride. If anybody really finds me that boring, they can just tune out. So I probably don't know if I'm going to do this in 2 videos or 1 video. I don't know yet. We'll see. See how the night goes. See how I feel as time progresses, put it that way. Now, my crimp kit still didn't turn up. I have no idea who borrowed it last. But if the person the said entity that borrowed it last is somehow watching this, if you could please let me know where you put it, or if you have it at home or whatever. I forget. I know I lent it out. I just forget to who. I'd like to have it back when you're done with it. Yeah. Close to brand new. You're ever gonna find one of these? I'm pretty confident of that. It's for Days 56. This is a brand new start relay, which I'm probably going to end up using. I wasn't going to initially, but I think I actually am, just because the particular one I have with it is kind of fighting me to get it apart. It's a book called York. If anyone wants to see that, let me know. I'll show you the York air conditioning booklet pamphlet. Alright, so let's see, here we go. Here's the price right here. Half horsepower model, 25. 66 BH25. I'm going to get a brand new cord for it. It looks like I have one right here. I don't really need a new cord for it because I'm pretty sure the one that came with it was in okay shape, but it's kind of discolored. I kind of feel like this will kind of match the unit. I know for a fact this is heavier gauge too, so you, like I said, for a unit like this it draws 7 amps. You really don't need a real thick cord, but it's better to go too big than too small. So a little bit of headroom is not going to hurt you there. So we're going to start with the power cord because that's where the circuit starts, and then we'll go from there. Fans are already in, ready to rock and roll. I do, however, have to forget how this went the last time. Tell you the truth, I really do. Forget how I ran the power wires over. Oh, I see. They went out right through here. So I'm actually going to leave this case off until I'm done. Look at how much freaking dust is on that already just by sitting there. That is crazy. I'm going to take this cover off, get it out of the way for the time being. Let's see. That's the hose bit for my garden hose. Not going to be needing this anytime soon either. This here is an empty ass paint can that I don't need. My garage is a mess. But I work here, I live here, so what? It's going to be what it's going to be. My Dave Mason CD. I actually could listen to it right now, but I don't know, I'm kind of just here, so yeah. Now, believe it or not, this cover here is actually for the bigger compressor, if I remember correctly. It's kind of funny, but that's just the way things work out sometimes. All right, now I know about my crimp kit in today, so the question I have for myself is, where the hell did you put it, Russ? It's in here. I know it is. I just bought the damn thing back home. Oh, there it is, right over here. All right. So these are all my stay-on connectors and whatnot. I'm going to need some of these. Yeah. Alright, so first things first. Circuit starts the power cord. So it keeps that way. In fact, first, I'm gonna have to get into my toolbox here. I'm not struggling with this all day. Let me move some shit out of the way of the toolbox, and we'll come back in a minute. I am not prepared here at all. There we go. Now I can actually get to my damn tools. I'll need some wire strippers. Wire strippers. I think, yeah, these are going to be my crimpers too. For now, because my crimp kit has not seemed to return itself back to its proper location yet. Something tells me we'll be waiting here a while for that. Alright, back over here we go. have to make this a little smaller, just because I actually want the grip fitting to slide on here like it's supposed to. I'm gonna try not to slice my finger open like I did when I was doing that build project, that exhaust fan. But it'll make for interesting content if I do. For the project here. I think blue would be appropriate, would it? I think so. I don't think yellow. I think yellow ones might be a little bit overkill. Good for 14 to 16 gauge, so. Yep, I think I hit the nail on the head with that one. Yeah, crib band on. And yeah, purple later. Good deal, very cool. Give it a nice tug, make sure it ain't gonna go nowhere. And she ain't going nowhere. We're good. Double check and make sure I'm still in view here, am I? Yeah, I should be in view. This will go to on the main switch. One goes to L1, the other goes to L2. L1 is obviously, let's see, one kind of hanging out here by itself is an L1. L2 is the one that's terminals for a whole bunch of other ones that get plugged in. And the ground is both just that ground. heat shrink piece over it just for shits and giggles. And it's never gonna shrink. That's never gonna go all the way tight. Try it. Shame I don't have a do have a maybe yellow one. I don't have to do, I think. The green is just too thick for it. You don't really have to put heat shrink on the ground. I just do it because it looks cool. All right. This guy here is just going to kind of chill out and screw in. Over and take a look at the progress thus far. In 17 minutes I put 3 wires on. You saw that correctly, folks. But it does look clean. Can't say it don't look clean. Running through the bottom here and hope for the best, more or less, what I'm going to do with it. Exactly what it looks like. Alright, fan motor. Has a fan block terminal, which unfortunately we're probably not gonna end up not using. Let me get my wire. I'm gonna pause you again. As far I got black and white, 12 gauge. Yeah, rotate this project in there. I use pink ones for the fan motors. They're real tiny, and the speed ones should still plug in no problem. Yeah, they will. Cool. I hope I have enough connectors to get through this project. That would really blow if I didn't. I'm definitely have to order some more of them because I'm really not liking the stock here. In fact, the fan should be the male lens and the yellow should be the female if you want to be correct about it, which in this instance I do want to be correct about it. As cool as it would be to use these original terminal boxes that hope I didn't bend the blade. Doesn't look like it did. If I can save that, probably not. I think that's toast. That's why you double pull on that. That's why. Right there. You don't want to compromise connection with an appliance like this in your house, I'm telling you. This time it's staying on there. Like I said, always give your stay-cons a good pull because you never know, man. Sometimes you think you hit the nail right in the head, and then it turns out you did just like that. There you go. Like I said, I went off the red one on the thing too. I should have still been using the blue, even though technically the wire stripper says the one I did use should have been sufficient. Clearly, it's not. This cord ain't gonna reach. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. There we go. Run this bitch on 220. How's my wiring? Right here. And you don't have to go crazy with your wire. I try to keep the amounts equal, but like I said, with as expensive as wire is nowadays, I try to have as little waste as possible. you're literally just going from your fan to your control panel, which is not a very long trek, so this amount right here is easily sufficient. More than sufficient. Should have actually used a little bit less, but that's okay. 12 stranded. 12 stranded. Hoping you guys can see this clear enough. I wonder if I could have used the blue on this. Let's try it quick. Yeah, I can. But I'm already started on the yellow, so let me use the yellow for now. Then a nice pull like so. Good, good. So you don't have to do this step. I like to make me feel good if I do it. Like I said, use your own discretion. If you feel like going crazy with your heat shrink, go crazy with your heat shrink. If you don't, don't. this point, I just leave the damn thing on. Second break here. Alright. So, fan motor, we skipped the terminal box. It's nice, it'd be cool to use a terminal box, but like I said, it's hard to really tell the integrity of the connections. I can't really get in there to clean the connectors off. So, I'm going to leave it there as a relic, but I'm going to, yeah. Black went to number 4. Right here. Alright, so we got the fan wired up. There's no capacitor, so let's just check our work thus far. You guys, okay, good. You can see both fans in there. Now, I'm not going to leave this plugged in the whole entire time because I'm inevitably going to light myself up if I do that. Alright, so either red or white should do a fan. Yep. Nice spin down time. I like that. It's going to be a very good running machine when it's all said and done. Alright. Unplug this and plug my heat gun back in. Next time we fire this up, there'll be a compressor involved. To do that, I'm going to have to do a significant rotation on it. Alright. So, we're going to need yellow wire next. It's not a yellow one. I mean, I could, but like I said, it's just, I came this far with all new. Let's just keep the trend of new going. Walk over, grab some yellow wire quick. Yeah. Blue is going to be the new yellow because I don't have any yellow. I forgot about that. I ran into that the last time too. And again, we're just going from here to the thermostat, so I don't need a long piece by any means for this part. Hope somebody's counting how many times I lose my cutters here. Because I sure as hell am not keeping track. But
it should be.
To this point, we're pretty much done goofing around in the control panel part. We can move our efforts to the other side of the machine. Keep the blue. probably just gonna something like that maybe. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that yet. I don't want to just lay it across all sloppy, although it's really not gonna make much of a difference, to tell you the truth. So yeah, I think for now we're just not gonna worry about the technicalities just yet. So this is from the thermostat, that's going over to number 5 on the compressor. Let me pause you for a minute while I get my next piece ready. Alright, got the piece that I needed for this part here, so what we're gonna do, pop the back of the relay off and check it out, see what it looks like. Relay looks like this, little just a flat head here, just that's it. So you see there's your coil. Comes along here, terminates on this one. That's your contact, so it looks like you pull it in, that picks up, that breaks your contact for your start winding. Checks out, contacts look good. Plug her in, we'll see what we got. Tell you what, don't work. I'm gonna find out real quick, I can tell you that right now. Make sure we're in frame here, are we? I'll bring that up a little bit. There you go. Alright. So this goes into, from the blue, from the thermostat, goes into number 5 on the start relay. The start relay, I'm pretty sure, comes into the back over here. So we're going to do another rotation carefully. We do not need a bad time to happen here tonight, especially with as happy as I am with the way this project has come thus far. The last thing I need is a catastrophe on my hands, especially at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. That night at work, I'm covering the whole mill because the other supervisor's out all weekend, so I cannot not be at work tomorrow night, especially for something this freaking stupid if I drop that on myself. Alright, but we're just gonna not think about that right now. Let's put this relay in. Part of me has more faith in me, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody else wants to weigh in here, but part of me actually has more faith in the old relay than I would even a new one anyway, so maybe I'm not too far out of line by putting my faith in the OG parts. It's like the capacitor. I already replaced, somewhat recently too, replaced a capacitor in a unit, and the newer capacitor failed. So I'm actually starting to wonder if I shouldn't just buy the replacement capacitors for standby, but don't use them until the original one fails. I don't know. I'm kind of torn about that at the moment, because I always felt that if you're doing something, you should replace everything, make everything brand new. But at the same time, if you're, I don't know, it's just it's kind of like a catch-22, you know? At least that's what it feels like. There we go, I don't want to hit any of these. Fins are all still straight. Excellent. Yeah, man. Get your ass back up there. Little screwdriver came in handy today. Nice. Good work. I made that a little bit excessive. Didn't need to be that long, but you know what? I'm really not in the mood for doing things twice tonight, so let's just get that cord over there and move on with our lives at this point. Come on, Dad. There you go. Come on. We don't want no problems here, now do it. Of course not. I'm not really sure how I feel with this setup, but it worked for 70 years, so I guess why change what Fetters did? And that went from the thermostat blue into terminal number 5, which is right here. All right, where's that start cap at? This is interesting. This one here is soldered on. Now the microfarads on this capacitor is between 72 and 88. Now let's just verify that. Alright, let's find the cap to it. Oh, this one here, I might end up going back with a new piece. I forget where the hell the thing mounted on. I think it crimped in here somewhere. Off the top of my head, I don't really remember, to tell you the truth, if I'm being completely honest here. Ow. We gotta check in here quick and see if maybe it got misplaced along the way, but I don't think so. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be reusing this one or not anyway, but the start cap goes to, one goes to by itself here on number 1, and the other one goes to, let's see, where are you plugging at? The other one goes to terminal number 6 on the relay. That definitely plugs in up here, for sure. The mystery is resolved. How do you like that shit? This little stubby screwdriver is really working out tonight, man. I'll tell you that. I'll put that back in. Let me get this started. I really hope they didn't crack my plastic. That don't look like it. Thank God. Thank God for small damn miracles. I don't want to like break the thing. How does that, you know, have it that tight that it freaking cracks it. But you want it tight enough to where it's not gonna fall down on its own. So that there should suffice. Let's see. I'm gonna need a Sharpie here in a second. Got tons of Sharpies. At least I should. It's gonna be another one of those things like the utility knives where I know I have 1,000 of them, but every single damn one of them is missing. Nope. Got it. All right, start capacitor 72 to 88 MFD. This is why I write everything when I do a diary. When I do that, I'll zoom in quick and hold it for you so you can read it if you guys want to pause to look. But that's why I write everything down. And just in case when I'm gone, if my daughter has this, hopefully. And 125 VAC. Today's what, the 29th, I think? Yeah, it is. The new Shine Out album comes out today. Finally. All right. So fan wiring's all done. T-stat's done. That goes down to the relay. Let's see, from that's going to be blue too, it looks like. I mean, we could always switch it up and make that one brown, but that's going to go to your compressor. So we really need to rotate this the rest of the way so we can kind of get a really good look at what we're doing here. But now you got to be careful with the weight, because now the heavy side's kind of toward the edge, and that could be, if you're not paying attention, or one slip up, that could not be a good time. But I think she's pretty well safe there for now, at least. All right, here's some of the capacitors. That's a 10. This is a 10 microfarad for 330 VAC. Another one up here too, another brand new capacitor, but that's going to be for the other one, the big guy. Look how small the new one is. Doesn't even fit in the damn bracket right. That's funny. Alright, well, we're going to do what we normally do with it then, if that's the case. I'm going to wrap it up in freaking foam, that way it works. Fits, I should say. That's always the most fun part about these projects, is getting the new components to fit where the old ones were. Because everything nowadays is freaking small. And the original capacitor in this one was bad, because I remember I had to put a hard start on it. So this one definitely did need the cap replacement. I'm just going to wrap this one time. And yeah, we're going to send it. Just like that. That's all you do. That should be enough to make it kind of fit into that bracket. Yeah, the original capacitor in this one was bad. The one in the bigger model, the bigger BTU one, was still good yet. And it looks like I gotta put another coating on there, because I still don't want to fit. That can sometimes happen. I hate to waste this shit though, it's not cheap anymore. This, put it in this way. That way the terminals are all that lip on there is really not going to serve you much of any of an advantage at this point, because it's already kind of yeah. Like I said, just get it in there the best you can and hope for the best. Alright, now it's time to write the run cap value. So run cap is 10 MFD at 330 VAC. Ten microfarad, 330 VAC. Alright, so there we have that in there. Good. Yeah. Alright. The run capacitor went to 2 and then to the compressor. So we need another short one for that. Let's use, for the capacitors, we're going to use brown. Don't really matter, does it? Still on the view, am I? Oh yeah, let's look for it. Am I using way enough? The brown goes from run cap to number 2 on the yeah. So that's a real short run here. Good. I like a short run. just to verify that went to number 2. Yep. That did in fact go to number 2. I gotta make sure that it goes to number 2 again. Otherwise, that'll lead to a little bit of disappointment. We have a white one here that goes from the control panel over to the relay. We'll get that in there quick. This is going to what terminal in here? It's going to that's why I ordered one from Tecumseh. Goes on the neutral block. Yep. Well, it looks like all the fuel devices are finally wired in, so at this point, let's take a look at that, this. So the yellow one from the overload. The yellow one from the overload goes to number 6 on the relay. This is like one of those situations where you're going to do more harm than good by effing with it, so I'm going to leave it alone. Shine these up. They're clean with the wire brush. This is the best that they're going to get. I'm going to cut my losses and leave well enough alone with this, just because I know from experience that nothing good is going to come from messing with these terminals. By experience, I mean letting one burn off on that one 1960 Fetters in my bedroom that originally caused a pancake to fail. Like I said, I would assume that messing with these too much could cause the same thing to happen. So if they're really that stuck, I tried WD-40, I tried Croyle. I just can't seem to get it. The only thing I didn't do is take this whole piece off and put it in the whole compressor and put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, which that ain't gonna work because it won't fit. So I checked it, I metered it out. The wiring looks okay, it's safe. I'm gonna cut my loss with this one conductor, and it's staying. All right, so the one with the other one with the overload on it goes to top overload right here. Also goes to the neutral. Oh, looks like it switches off the neutral, and that looks like it was blue, but the neutral to me should always be, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't say blue. That's the other one. So it's going to be white. So we're going to put one of the round ones on. Yes. Again, here it is. I really hope you guys are keeping track. I'm exhausted. I should probably be in bed. Not doing this. But oh well. Other note, it's definitely going to be warm enough for that compressor I took on that time. I'm going to use a real tall one so I don't mess with the refrigerant lines at all. So the last thing I need is something to happen to one of my refrigerant lines. That would majorly suck. That's why I have this really long ass one for the rare situation where something like this arises. I'm not completely SOL. How do you like that crap? Alright. And you don't want to mess around with the overloads, man. That is not something you want to cheat or try to cheat or try to bypass. Nothing good's going to come of that, believe me. And this overload here. Top of that goes to the neutral block. I can kind of loop right in with that. There goes the air compressor. Funny thing about that air compressor kicking on right now is that there's a Tecumseh S in front of me. And the funny thing about there being a Tecumseh S in front of me is that I know somebody that knows somebody that used the Tecumseh S compressor to make a silent air compressor. Now, how good it works, couldn't tell you, but apparently it does work. I can't imagine it being super powerful, but still, I think that's pretty badass. Yeah. Alright, so that goes up there. Starter caps at number 1. Both those are taken up. What else goes to number 2 there on the run cap? Number 2 loops over and goes to this terminal right here. So Now I'm looking for my ratchet. I found my other ratchet, my smaller ratchet, which too is in this mess of a drawer hiding something. You guys skip over the boring parts, I won't be offended. I'm pretty sure this classifies as a boring part. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Keep organized, maybe. Yeah. Gotta go overly crazy. We do want them tight. Alright. Number 5 is going to be blue, and that is going to go from the top terminal of the compressor to number 5 on the start relay. Dude, I swear to God, my ability to misplace tools is, oh, here it is. I'm about to say is unmatched. second to nobody in that aspect. Goes to yeah, number 5. Now the bottom one, the compressor, goes to the other side of the run cap, so that's gonna be, I'll make that one gray, I guess. I'll use gray wire for that one. reason I'm doing that is because there's 2 wires going on, and that was covering a little bit more of the back of this. I wanted to make sure to get as solid of a connection as possible on the back side of it. That was why I did that. Modified that. That spade terminal a little bit. Not a spade terminal, but an open terminal. Round terminal, open terminal, whatever the hell you want to call it. I modified it a hair. Ooh. It'll be alright. It's all mixed up. All mixed up. That goes to the start cap, I believe. Yep. Or run cap, I'm sorry. Not the start cap. The run cap. The other cap. I ran out of yellow female. It's okay. I only have 2 more blue ones left too. I need to order more of these before I do the other 56. Son of a bitch. All right. All right. Well, I guess we're about to see if it works. Well, I guess until I get the locate the screw, I guess we're testing it like this. All right, here goes nothing, folks. It's definitely warm enough in here for that compressor to kick on. No doubt about it. What was that? Alright, you guys ready? Only an hour and 45 minutes into it. I think you guys want to hear Tecumseh S fire up. Come on, damn it. Son of a bitch. Sorry, guys. Hey, I found my wrench by accident. Look at that. That's what I was looking for. My ratchet. Come on, damn it. Alright. Camera freak show. Tripod freak show, as Jordan would say. Alright. Plug it in. Damn thing will damn reach. Yeah. It's always freaking something with me, man. Every damn time. Alright. Put it back like this. I have some wiring touching up to do anyway on this side. Alright, well, you'll still be able to get the idea. Tecumseh S. S for silent. I mean, it doesn't really stand for silent, but it may as well because it's pretty much what the S is. The only thing I'm worried about is that little start capacitor. Alright, fan only. We're at 80 now, 80 now. There, you guys can see that, right? All right. Wait for the fan to stop. I want to see if it's even trying. I know I didn't miss anything. It's trying. Alright. Wonder if that freaking capacitor didn't take a crap. Something's obviously not right here. But why? Why? I went through everything, all my wiring with a fine-tooth comb. Let me discharge all the capacitors. Got a cord over here quick. That way this won't keep being a problem every time I go to try to fire it up. I wonder how many amps it's trying to use on startup. A lot. Alright. Let's discharge the capacitors again. Alright, let's see. I think I can probably get away with the hard start for that. Oh, I have one that's already open. So that's a case, and it's this little guy that's bad, not the main cap. Interesting. Find out in a second. All right. Are we in view? Yeah, we're in view, all right.
580 watts, 6 amps. Yeah, power factor is garbage. It's a capacitor though, I'm sure. Nice and hot out the back. You know, these things are just all around amazing pieces of equipment. So under-engineered, it's not even funny. Tell you what, damn thing's got some airflow to it, I'll give it that. Look outside, the sun's coming up. Ah, yeah. I was hoping to mess with this one here. Yeah, the sun's definitely coming up. I was hoping to mess with this one here a little bit, but I think that might be a little ambitious. This one here took a little bit longer to mess with than I initially anticipated. Bit of noise on the inside, more than I recall. 115 volts, half horsepower compressor, 130th horsepower fan motor, 7.5 running amps. model 66 BH25, and for the serial number quote 200579. How we doing for power consumption? Still drawing less than its nameplate rating. I'll tell you one thing, it does blow cold. We're working our way up the evaporator. Oops. There's a grill for it. Now these grills, A grade style, they don't really do too much for noise cancellation, but that's what it'll look like at least. Get back on the tripod here, if I can, before something stupid happens. I'll let you guys listen to that for a little bit. In the meantime, I am going to start rolling my wire up. Glue that's not ready to go yet. So it looks like I have to order that that start cap right there, 72 to 88 microfarad at 120 VAC. That's funny because I'm pretty sure the one in our friend Diane's apartment is the same exact model. I have to check my other YouTube video and find out for sure, but that one's a lot quieter. This one seems to work just as good though. For a 1/30th horsepower fan motor, that's nuts. A lot much more noise than I was expecting it to make. Tell you what, it's already condensating a lot though. I didn't think it was even that humid in here. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Guys, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending the last couple hours watching me mess around out here. I do greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you on the next one. Hopefully, I'll have all the parts in that I can get started on the one that's going in my kitchen. Now, this was going to go in my daughter's room originally, and it still may, but the wife wants me to leave the cold spot in there because she likes the front grill on it. I'm not going to argue with her, whatever. That's perfectly fine. Catch you on the next one, folks. Peace.